Hi friends and welcome back. So today we will be talking about our chakras, the quality and the unique identity of each and every chakra of ours. And it's these qualities of the chakras which actually determine how we react in life or what are our attitudes. It determines our personality and our character. And once we understand what are these qualities, each and every chakra of ours has its own positive expression and a negative expression. And once we understand how to work with them, then we can easily convert the negative expressions to flow upwards towards a positive expression to express ourselves in a very expansive and as perfect beings. So this is the second part and the final part of this topic of chakras. And in the last episode, which was the science behind the chakras, I spoke about a couple of concepts like how chakras are formed. What is a chakra? So chakra, which is simply a spinning wheel of light and energy, which resides in our astral spine. Then what is an astral spine? Our astral spine is a downward extension of our subconscious mind. And it's the subconscious mind which carries all our deep-seated desires, our deep-seated habit patterns, even our fears with ourselves from our past lives. And that's what determines how we react to situations, what choices we make in life, and what decisions and how we face and accept life. We also spoke about the prana, the life force, which is simply an individual reality of the cosmic energy which creates the entire universe. And it is a very essential and a subtle vibration which actually sustains us. We spoke about how our various likes and dislikes, our actions and our habit patterns actually create the chakras in the astral spine, and how these chakras, which are located along the astral spine, how they're related to the 5 elements of creation. So I would really urge all of you to watch that episode just to get a background of what I'm about to talk in this episode. But even if you cannot watch, this episode will really give you we'll talk about the qualities of the chakras, and it will suffice on its own, the understanding of these qualities. But if you get a background, then definitely it'll be of additional help. So I will, just for the sake of brevity and understanding, I'll take from where I had left in the last episode, and we spoke about how this entire universe or how this creation got created in itself, and then we'll understand how the elements of creation are related with the elements of the chakras. So before this creation was there, there was something which created the entire creation, and that something was pure absolute consciousness, pure absolute motionless or changeless consciousness, which in scriptures is defined beautifully, and the definition is of God. It's defined as Sat Chid Anand, where Sat simply stands for eternal, a thing which is ever existing. It has no beginning and it has no end. Chid simply means consciousness or awareness, which is ever growing, which is always changing. And Anand, which simply means joy or expansion of happiness. And the intrinsic nature of joy or consciousness is to express itself. And since we are also part of the creation, we can feel that whenever we are very happy, whenever we are very aware of ourselves, how we want to share that feelings with everyone else. For example, when you come out of watching a beautiful movie, you've consumed that movie, you've enjoyed yourself, what is the first thing you do? You just come out and you want to call up your friends and tell them, guys, I've watched this beautiful movie, go and watch it. Or when we get a good news, how we really want to announce that news with everyone. And this is the intrinsic nature of consciousness or happiness, that it needs to be shared. So God, which is pure absolute consciousness and bliss, he also wanted to express himself. So when he thought of creating something which he could actually, really experience it himself, he first created a little vibration, a little change in that absolute pure consciousness, and which created the first element of creation, which was called the ether, the space. And the space is everywhere. Its entire universe is space. Space is where everything resides in. And it's all unitive at this moment. You really cannot divide space. It's all one. It's complete oneness. And when that space vibrated further, it became more gross or it became more condensed, and it created the first physical element of creation, which we call the air. So that space actually created nebulous gases, which is represented by the element of air. When those nebulous gases, they further vibrated and they became more condensed, they form the element of fire, which was represented by the various stars, and sun is one of those stars. When it condensed further, it became to the molten state of matter, which is represented by the element of water. And finally, when that element also completely condensed, or it cooled down further, it became like a rock that was represented by the element of earth. So since we are also part of this creation, so the entire story of our evolution from pure spirit to this gross physical body is also imprinted in our astral anatomy or our astral spine, and hence each and every chakra formed is associated with one of the elements of creation. So just for a brief recap, so our lowest chakra, which is called the Muladhara chakra, is represented by the element of earth, which is at the base of our spine. And as we move up slightly, just 1.5 inch above, at the level of our reproductive organs, just behind those is the second chakra, which we call the Swadhisthana chakra, which is represented by the element of water. And as we move further up, we come to the third chakra, which is right here at the navel point, which we call the Manipur chakra, and it is represented by the element of fire. We move further up, we come to our heart center. Just behind our physical heart is the Anahat chakra, which is represented by the element of air. And we move further up, we come to our throat chakra, which is called the Vishuddha chakra, which is represented by the element of ether or element of space. And then after these 5 elements of creation, we come to pure consciousness. That's what created everything. That element is also within us. And it's here, right here, which is the point of our intellect or the point of our concentration. We call it the Agya chakra or the spiritual eye. So the spiritual eye is actually a representation of the divine consciousness manifested as an individual reality in ourselves. And that divine consciousness is in the 7th chakra, right here at the top of our heads, which is called the Sahasrara chakra or the 1000-petal lotus flower. It is the aspect of divine consciousness, and this is the seat of liberation. So as we said, these chakras are circular vibrations which are residing in our astral spine, and because of that vibration, they all have their own magnetism. So we understand that whenever there is an electricity is flowing through an electrical wire, it creates a magnetic field around it. Similarly, because of this circular vibration, each and every chakra of ours has its own magnetism. And based on the consciousness which is behind those chakras, that magnetism attracts to itself similar situations, similar kind of people, similar opportunities, and also challenges. So, consciousness is generally very high in the higher chakras. So our chakra, which is a fire chakra right at the navel point, it is the deciding chakra. And all chakras or the astral spine above this region generally has more higher consciousness. It's more unitive in nature. It's more positive. It's more spiritual. And the chakras below the navel chakra or the belly chakra, which we call the Manipur chakra, below those, the 2 chakras represented by the element of earth and water, they are more materialistic. They're more contractive in nature. And this is what takes us closer to material things in life. So it's not that we should only concentrate on the higher chakras. We need all these chakras to work in a positive way, in an integrated way for us to become perfect beings. But when the consciousness is higher up, whenever we're feeling very joyful, we are more expansive in ourselves, we really want to share things with others. We feel more unitive. We feel more uplifted in life. But at the same time, when that consciousness is really low, it's towards matter, we feel very egoistic. We don't feel part of this world. It's all about me, myself, and I. We're only looking at things of this world. We generally feel separate from everyone, and we feel if I have what that person have, only then I will be happy. Or, your intentions are also very selfish. You want to win at any cost from the other person. You don't realize at this level that we all are same. Everyone has their own journey. Probably in this life, you're born with certain amount of intelligence and the other person is not. But then where did that intelligence come from? Probably in your last life, you were not that intelligent and probably you were like that person. So in his next life, that person will become intelligent. It's a soul's journey and we should all realize that. But when the consciousness is in these lower chakras, it's all about separation. It's all about gross physical matters. We find our security in things of this world. We want more money, we want more houses, we want more wealth, thinking that that will give us security. But as we understand, we can always be robbed by someone, we can be cheated by someone. An earthquake can come and shatter all our properties or whatever assets we have. Then where is that security? But at the same time, when that energy is moving up our spine towards the high chakras, we realize that real security is when we feel one with this universe and we have full faith in God's ways and His powers. So let's talk about the qualities of the chakra. And we'll start with the first chakra, the earth chakra, which in Sanskrit is called the Mooladhara chakra. So as the name, the earth, it's the foundation, and it's actually the foundation of all chakras. And the positive qualities, when this chakra, the energy moves up from this chakra, it has a positive expression, and that positive expression is of loyalty. It's of steadfastness. You're totally committed to whatever you're doing. And you will realize it is so important in our life to achieve any goal or to take any path in your life. Until and unless we are not committed, we will not be able to traverse that path. Because if this chakra is weak, at the slight of a challenge, the moment we face any challenge, some people just give up because the earth chakra is not very strong. And when the earth chakra is strong, we are just steadfast and we want to achieve whatever goals we've kept for ourselves, including the goal for self-realization. So there are so many paths to reach your self-realization. There's so many paths to reach God. But certain people you'll see, they want to explore all aspects. They'll go travel a certain path for some time and then they decide, no, I think this path is not for myself. They take another path, and then again they get bored after some time and then take another path. And they never reach and they're really going round and round throughout their lives. This is the problem because the earth chakra is weak. And when the earth chakra is strong, it's an expression of loyalty. We are loyal to our friends. We are loyal to our family members. We are even very committed and loyal to whatever words we speak. And that's what creates confidence in other people. That's what creates self-confidence also. Because when the earth chakra is weak and we do not commit to our own words, we lose that self-confidence. So many people, before we ask them to do anything, they are so scared of making any commitment because they know they will not be able to live up to that expectation. So these are the positive expressions of this chakra. And the negative aspect of this chakra is that it makes us very rigid. It makes us very stubborn and very obstinate. So we are not open to views and opinions of others. We just want to win an argument. Some people, this chakra is so negatively expressed that they don't want any change in their life. They don't want to change their habits. They don't want to change their attitudes. They don't want to change their surroundings, their house. They are so fixed with everything in life. But if you see, life is all about change. Change is the only constant in life. And our bodies are changing, our habits are changing, our attitudes are changing as time progresses. We need to learn and adapt ourselves to those changes. And this is where we require the qualities of the second chakra, which is the water chakra, the water element, or which we call the Swadhisthana chakra. And that is the chakra of flexibility. That is the chakra of, really having adaptability, willingness to change. And it is also the chakra of creativity. So, when we have water, we can pour that water in a glass, we can pour that water in a cup, or we can even pour that water in a pot. Water takes shape of everything which it is poured in, and it does not lose its essence. That's the quality which we need to cultivate. We need to change with situations. We need to change according to what our circumstances is. But the essence, our principles, our goal should not change. When we see a river flowing, how the river is flowing through various terrains. It's coming from the mountains, it's going towards land places, and it just flows beautifully between the earth. Similarly, when our water chakra is completely anchored in the earth chakra, then we express creativity. And we are not really flowing in any direction. We know where to go, but we change according to whatever challenges we are facing in our lives. This chakra, as I said, is also the chakra of creativity. We need creative solutions whenever we face a challenge. We're not rigid. Although the earth chakra talks about, being there, just be perseverant. But this chakra adds the element of creativity, finding your way across any challenges. And hence, both the chakras need to express themselves positively. And when the energies from this chakra are going down, when it's expressing itself negatively, then guess what does it do? Then we are not firm. We are very confused and we are very indecisive. So many people, they cannot stick to their decisions. Sometimes people can't even make decisions because they have a very weak water element in their chakras. And we can really work around these. What we need to do is every time, we just have to make sure, once you understand these qualities, that every time the energy has to move up from the lower chakras and move up towards the higher chakras to make us more expansive. And with this, when the energy is focused or is offered up to the third chakra, which is the fire chakra or the Manipur chakra, which has the fire element. Now, fire element is all about fiery willpower. It's about self-control. And it is the most important chakra. It's also called the deciding chakra. Because with that willpower, with that willingness, whatever energy is in that chakra, if it's positive and it's moving up, then it will pull the energies from the below chakras to move upward towards more expansive side of ours. And if the energy in our fire chakra is negative, then that can cause all the energies of all other chakras to move down. So even if we have a goal in life, we're very determined, we're steadfast with the very strong earth element that we want to achieve this. And we have a very strong water element that, yes, I am flexible, I am adaptable, and I am creative. Till the time our fire chakra is not strong, we don't have that really strong willpower, we will not be able to achieve anything. Because this chakra, which is represented really by the energy is the key thing, it's the link between our body and our mind. Our body or actions really cannot function on their own. If our mind thinks something, it needs a medium, and that medium is energy. And this is where this chakra comes into being. It makes all our thoughts, it makes all our attitudes a physical reality. Even if we want to change a habit in ourselves, we will not be able to change the habit till the time we don't have a strong willpower. So the fire chakra has another very positive attribute, and that is loving leadership. Fire, it gives us heat, it gives us light, it gives us energy. So when your fire element is strong and it's expressing itself positively, you become a very good leader for people. And when this element expresses itself negatively, then it causes a lot of devastation, because it can lead to relentless greed. It can lead to a lot of aggression in ourselves. And when it's really the energies are going down, creatively, it makes sure it goes through the earth center and you become so egoistic. You just want to achieve things in life just to satisfy your own needs. And this kind of an element you can see in very ruthless business people, very ruthless politicians. They want all kind of power. They just want everything. The only bottom line for them is profit. And really, they are not concerned about anything except for themselves. And hence, the energies need to move up from this chakra and offer itself now to the higher chakra, which we call the Anahat chakra or the heart center. So this heart center is actually the center of all our feelings. It's the center of all our desires, all our aversions. It's the center of various things which we like and the various things which we dislike. And this chakra, when it expresses itself positively, it's about compassion. It's about loving everyone in our surrounding. And it's also the chakra of passionate energy. It is what causes enthusiasm. So, when we really love to do something, how automatically we have all the willingness and go out and there's an automatic burst of energy in ourselves. That is the power of this chakra. For example, you really come home very tired and you really don't want to do anything. How you just plonk on your sofa and you want to just watch the television. You do not have the power also to really focus on a single movie. You just keep flipping over channels. At that point of time, if a friend calls up and he says, I've got this ticket to this movie which you really wanted to watch, how that burst of energy just comes up and you say yes to that friend and you take a bath, go out with him, watch the movie, and then you go out for dinner with him. Where did all that energy come from? All that energy came from because you wanted to do that. You loved doing that. And this is the power of this chakra. So when our earth chakra, we really have strong commitment in whatever things which we want to do. We have the element of creativity with the water chakra, and we are flexible and adaptable to the changing situation. and we have the strong willpower. And when all these three things are offered up to this high chakra of air, it causes expansion. You love to do what you want to do, and it gives you a sense of freedom. You really know what to do, and you go all out and perform that action. And the negative aspect of this heart chakra is that it can cause very negative emotions, of hatred, jealousy, irritation, anger with people. So really, once we understand the qualities, we can really work with these, with the source of the energy and the consciousness behind these chakras, and those reactions can really change. Well, now we come to the fifth chakra, which is a throat chakra, and it is represented by the element of calmness. So at this level, the ether level or the space level, everything was very unitive. So with the positive expression of this chakra, we also feel unitive with the entire creation, with all our surrounding and people, everyone in our life, and we can become very calm in ourselves. And that calmness is really very important, because that causes our calmness to become a detachment from whatever we are doing, This is what in the scriptures is referred to as the nishkam karma. When we are not attached to the fruits or the results of our actions, when we are not tensed about whatever we have done in the past, we don't regret our past, and we are not tensed about the future, we're not anxious about the results, then we can be 100% in the present. We can really perform that action with full being, with all our mind, all our heart, all our willingness, every speck of creativity in this. And that's what makes our actions perfect. And whatever goals you have, until and unless you will not be calm, you will be so restless, you will not be able to give your 100%. So Paramahansa Yogananda used to say, be actively calm and calmly active. And that's what makes your actions perfect. And the negative side of this calmness, this element is that when it's expressing itself negatively, then it's like we become too calm. And that leads to passivity. We really don't want to do anything because we are fine with everything in life, the people around us. We just sway like air and really not anchored in anything. And that can lead to a lot of inaction also. This chakra, the ether chakra, is also the chakra for communication because it's right here at the level of our throats. And we can communicate not only through words, we can communicate through our feelings. We can communicate through our attitudes and impressions with the people. We can also receive communication. We can receive meaning behind the words with people because we become very sensitive and we become one with everyone. And this is actually between the two chakras which help us to develop and cultivate intuition. That is the chakra above it, which is the Agya chakra, which is the sending station, and the heart chakra, where we actually receive intuition, and it's called the receiving station. And now we move on to the sixth chakra, that's our individual soul consciousness, right here at the point between our eyebrows, which is called the Agya chakra. And this is the highest seat of concentration in our body. It is also the seat of intellect and discrimination. So literally, every chakra should offer its energy up, and that energy should be reflected from this point, which is the seat of intelligence, for us to work properly, for us to really be perfect individuals, because this is what decides how your qualities will be expressing in your physical actions. And the negative pole of this point is right here at the medulla oblongata, which is called the seat of ego, or it's also called the mouth of beginning of life, because it's from this point that life force actually enters our body and gives us all the energy and information from our past lives. So as I said, this chakra is the seat of superconscious awareness, and it's this chakra which helps us to become very intuitive. And intuition is simply perception of truth, or to receive solutions or guidance, not by any reason, logic or analysis, but by a simple knowing from within. Our complete perspective towards life change, we become very solution oriented, because we understand the unity of everything, and we understand that the solution is actually part of the problem. And we raise ourselves whenever we face a challenge. We see that challenge not as a challenge, but as an opportunity to grow and learn from that. And the seventh chakra, which is the Sahasrara chakra, right here at the top of our head, this is called the seat of liberation. So Paramahansa Yogananda ji in his teachings used to say, you should never work directly with this chakra. You should always work with these six chakra, and this chakra, which is the seat of enlightenment, automatically works with the seventh chakra and opens the seat of liberation. So once we understand the qualities of these chakras, and how it helps in life is when you come across a person and you see that person that he's very restless, he's very restless and he's very sensual. So I forgot to tell you, the negative aspect of the water chakra is also because it expresses creativity. And when creativity is not anchored in the earth chakra, it leads to restlessness. Creative people are very restless. And when they want certain experience or excitement in life, they get involved with sensual pleasures. They want excitement in their lives, and they delve into all sorts of sensual pleasures. And you'll see a lot of creative people. That's why to maintain that level of excitement, sometimes they get into drugs, they get into alcohol and smoking, and at the end of the day, they really consume themselves and they really devastate themselves. So when you see these kind of qualities in some people, you can really understand, where he's coming from, at what level of consciousness he is in. And you can work out and understand, if he's got these characteristics. Say, a person who's very strongly rooted in the earth chakra, what he'll express myself, he'll express his ego. He really will be very stubborn. He wants to be right every time. He will have similar tastes, he'll have taste for big things in life, he'll want a bigger house, he will be traveling in big cars. Even when he eats food, he wants a lot of variety. Everything is about me, and he finds that security in accumulating those things. So you'll know when he'll be negative in life, at certain situations. It's not that your chakra becomes positive and it always remain positive. You really have to constantly work. You have to make sure that your energies are moving up, and only then all your chakras will express their positive impressions. So I will just share with you one of the elements of one of these chakras, how we can really work around those chakras. And if you want to know further, drop in a comment. I might just do a webinar and we can talk about each and every chakra, how we can change the energy between those chakras. And so I'll start with the water element, the Swadhisthana chakra, okay, the chakra of creativity. So there are a lot of tools in yoga which can help us to develop our positive attributes of the chakra. So with the water element, we can use the technique of visualization. Okay, so visualize any water body. It can be a river, it can be an ocean, it can be a lake, it can be a waterfall. Really, you visualize it right here at the point between the eyebrows. As I said, every chakra should reflect from this point, but be aware of that chakra, and this chakra is just behind your sexual organs or behind your genitals, and the chakra and the color of this chakra is orange. So if you're visualizing a flowing river, see yourself floating in that river. See the color of that river as to be orange. See the ocean as orange. And specifically, when you see an expansive ocean as a water body, then you're not just developing the water chakra, you're also developing the air chakra with that expansion. When you visualize a waterfall, you're not just activating your Swadhisthana chakra, but you're also activating your earth chakra, because waterfall seems like a very heavy thing. It's actually falling down. There are certain yoga postures also which you can do to develop and activate this chakra. And one of the things is the triangle pose, which is called the Trikonasana. Every yoga posture which will activate the energy around your pelvic region actually activates this chakra. Another pose is the butterfly pose, or even forward bending. These are the poses. It helps you to activate the Swadhisthana chakra. There is affirmation linked to each and every chakra. So the affirmation for the Swadhisthana chakra is, I flow freely in the tides of grace. So, whenever I face challenges in my life, I understand that I need to be more creative to find creative solutions to that problem. So I really work with the Swadhisthana chakra, and I love water. So, if you're a water person, you happen to go to an ocean, you understand that ocean has a lot of salt in it. So it's really buoyant. What you need to do is you just need to go till the level where water comes up till your chest, and there just lie on your back and you will float automatically. Even if you don't know how to swim, because of that buoyancy, you'll start floating on water. And then you can really close your eyes and affirm this affirmation which I just spoke to you. You just have to say, I flow ever freely with the tides of grace. Keep mentally chanting it. But remember, always keep your concentration right here because this will automatically create a magnetism which will pull the energies up from all of your lower chakras. So, as I said, chakras have a lot of aspects to it. Every element in creation is related to the chakras. So, there are stones also related to the chakra. So, one of the stones which helps you to activate the Swadhisthana chakra or the water element is the yellow sapphire. And then sounds are also related to the chakras. So when you're really in deep meditation, you're really concentrating at the point between the eyebrows and you are aware of this chakra and you're a good meditator, you'll start hearing the sound of this chakra, and which is like a trickling water. You can just hear that very deeply. You can hear that sound of trickling water. So it's really a very mystical reality which is all lying within all of us. And I would just like to share, if you're really interested in this topic, this is a book which is called The Chakra for Beginners, and it's by Savitri Simpson. She's an American. I'll share the link of this book for your understanding. Read it. It'll give you a lot of knowledge about yourself and about your surroundings. So once we learn to activate these chakras, to work with the qualities of these chakras, we can really convert our problems into progress, and we can convert our pain into purpose. So if you really want to know more about chakras, we can have a webinar on this, with very few people also, and we'll go through each and every qualities of these chakras and how to work with them. You can leave a comment down in the comment section and we can get back to you regarding this. Until then, take care, keep shining, stay well. This is Dhruv from The Conscious Way. Thank you.